Alright, so this is part 2 of the modular modeling series. It's a quick introduction into how you can make something complicated like this, which is a building or a level, some kind of architecture, and just split up the process into parts so it's a bit easier. So last time, in the last section, we just did this, and we took our picture and we separated it into pieces. So now we know what we need to make for the house, for the roof, and for these separate pieces. These might look like really simple drawings, but if you watch that section, it explains what everything is. One thing I forgot to do was write about how big the house is going to be. So if I close this and just open this, very quickly, just going to do a little bit more drawing just to show you the size, and then we're going to move on to Maya. So if we look at this section, if we look at this door, if we just say, okay, this door is going to be 2 meters, that's free, 2 meters. Okay, so if this door up to here is 2 meters, then the top of this box is probably going to be 20, 30 centimeters. I mean, I'm just guessing. So let's say about like 20. So this whole section, I'm gonna guess, is gonna be about 2.2 meters, maybe. And based on that, going up to the top of this is gonna be about 2 meters, let's say, as well. So this is gonna be just a start for me to think about, you know, how big this is going to be. I'm going to eyeball the size of this. I'm going to guess how big this is. If I wanted to be really careful, I would go into Photoshop. I will measure this as 2 meters, and then I'm going to put this across, and I'm going to measure exactly how big this is. I'm going to be quicker. I don't want to go into Photoshop right now and do all of that. I'm just going to assume that this is about 2.2 meters up and 2 meters up that way. Alright, so I'm going to remember that. Now I'm in Maya, I'm over here, Z-axis forwards, and let's bring up PureRef, and I've already got my references in here. I have the main house, and I have this part. So, first thing we need to make is the actual block for the house, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to look at this so I can get a better idea of how big this thing is actually going to be. I'll rotate this here. Now, in our section here, we said, oh, next thing is the door and the window. That's fine. I'm actually going to put a version of the roof just so I can see where it's going to be. So I'm going to bring this up. And remember, I'm not modeling detail right now. So maybe I didn't explain. In this section, we're going to block the model out. So we're going to make every single one of these objects in a really simple way. So we're going to make a really simple version of every single one of these objects. Okay, next part, let's start actually getting started on the house now. So we need a door for the front. Let's throw a sphere down, cube, whatever. Throw a cube down, stick this here. See, I'm not being careful at this point about how I'm modeling. Whether there's a, you know, there's a backside to this. What I'm trying to do is just make the shape. Now I want to make these cylinders. I'm going to just hold V and snap them to these points, and press D to change your pivot point to the bottom, hold X to get to the top. Bada bing, something like this. Yeah, something like this. And we need another one that's closer to this side. This is about this far, I would say. So we know that this window could be about this far as well. Maybe we can make it a little shorter. And it has a bit here that's a bit longer. And although I said this has to be simple, if you feel like you want to add a little bit of detail just to make it easier for you to see, that's fine. The whole point of doing this is so that it's easier for you. So if there's something you can do that makes it a bit easier for you to model later on, you know, do that. Whatever helps, whatever works. We've pretty much done all of these sections. Let's move on to this part. So this is the little side roof. So first we want to make this side bit. So I'm actually going to make this a tiny bit more detailed because I want this to, you know, give me a better idea of what it's going to be, what it's going to look like. It's not going to be very detailed. Again, that's not the point. But it's going to look, you know, a little more like what it's going to be in the end. So I'm actually going to make this shape, which I probably wouldn't have if it was, you know, not such an interesting detail. This is an interesting detail. It makes it look more than just a house. It makes it look like, oh, you could stand around the side. I mean, this doesn't make sense. Like, what's holding this up? This ladder? Like, nothing's really holding this up. But still, you get an idea. And what was under here? There's actually nothing under here. It's just this, again, different material. So this part is actually held up. It's a bit like this, and this other one is lower, and it's perhaps a little wider at the top. Like this, and this part is actually curved. All of this is actually curved. So let's grab this and just push it back. And all of these have this, no, not you, not you, you. And let's grab you as well. And let's do one more and one more. You might be thinking, wow, this is dumb. Why are you doing it like this? Hold on, right? So you can move this about with the red arrow, and you can hold V and you can just snap it into position with the others. And again, this is just a block out. It doesn't have to be correct, right? And then we can just go edge, actually no, vertice, 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 and we can pull both of these down a little bit. Now it's like this, haha. Alright, let's grab these. We can group them. I'm just gonna combine them. It doesn't matter too much. Not at this stage. And they're actually as high as this. And if you look at it from this perspective now, you can tell whether this is the right size, and I think it is. It's okay. They're about here-ish. Here-ish, maybe. And they're pointing downwards quite a lot. So they're about, you know, this part is also pointing this way. and it's this thing that's actually touching the wall like this. So it's about something like that. And we can duplicate it now, and we can just flip it over to the other side. Actually, we need our access point to be in the center, and now we can flip it to the other side like that. Now we have this part. Excellent. Okay, let's make this middle line. It's really straightforward because we can see exactly where it's coming from. So all we need to do is, well, if we want, actually, we can just duplicate this. Select just the middle part, delete the rest, and then we can just scale this down and grab these and move them to the end, like that. Just like that. Or if we want to be a bit, you know, less, make it a little better, we can snap it to the center, and then we can just, oh, let's see, that's not gonna do it the way we want to do it. We have world X symmetry though. Let's just change to world Z. Now it's gonna do it like this. We can go, voila. Excellent. And oh, this looks kind of interesting actually, because we have this kind of separation, right, where these are gonna go outwards to here, they're gonna connect, but underneath you're almost gonna be able to see the other side, which is kind of interesting actually. And here we have these bits sticking out across the whole thing that we can see. Well, we can't see them there, but we can see them here. So we're gonna make those as well, and I'm just gonna make new ones. It's fine. It doesn't have to be the same ones every time. Stick this down here, and these are quite small, so they're a bit smaller than this actually. They're kind of like this, even, and I would say they're a bit flatter. That's how it looks to me. And I'm gonna put the pivot point to the top, and I'm gonna put pivot point to the top here, and I'm gonna bring them very close so they're only sticking out a little, and I'm gonna bring that to this point so it's like right on the edge like this, and then I'm going to rotate these up like that. So maybe it doesn't look amazing at the moment, but I'm happy with it for now. And then we just need to duplicate these over the exact same way. You know what, if you hold J, you can snap anything. You can snap any kind of transformation or rotation. See, it's only snapping by 5s. And you can do the scale as well. You can snap the scale, or maybe not. I thought you could. So let's actually double click our movement, and let's do step snap absolute to, what was this we had before? 0.23. okay, so 0.2. Now if I hold J, actually I don't need to hold J anymore, it will step snap. And if I want to get rid of that, I can just come back here and just turn this to off. Now if I hold J, it's going to switch to that. Alright, so J is now going to snap to that option that I just did. So just press Control D, J, J it over. And you can do it to all of these, Control D, move them all like this. We're going to go here, we're going to grab these sections, and I'm going to hold W and click. I'm going to go to a component. That is not what I wanted, so I'm going to go back to object. I'm just going to press D, move this off, and then just click here, and push D again. Now I can push these down a little bit. Same with these, bam, and same with these, bam. So first, let's do edit, delete all by type history, and let's modify freeze transformations. Then let's grab this. We don't have anything else attached. And now let's do the form nonlinear bend. And now this is going to work. And you can click bend here. You can change the curvature. You can change, which direction it's going to go. So I want it to actually go this direction. And I want it to bend in the other direction. So if I rotate this, whoa. So where is it bending? It's bending like this. I want it to bend downwards like that. That's what I want. So now you can see you can make it bend up or down, and we want it to bend up a little bit, not too much, and then we can bring it. Then you can grab this. If we edit delete all by type history now, it's going to get rid of that bend deformer. And we can grab this and we can push it down a little bit. should work. This, you can just double click this, unclick these two, and we can just bridge and add a division. That, make sure it's all connected. It's not connected, so we select it, go edit mesh, merge. Would you have like the rocks in between these pillars? You probably wouldn't actually. That doesn't make sense. Have them like this. It would probably look nicer if I put these side ones as well as squares, but I want to end it here. I think you get the idea. Essentially, you make this really quickly using simple shapes and normal Maya modeling, and you make it in pieces. So you know all the pieces you're going to make, and you make them really simply. So the next part of this, I'm going to show how you can quickly fix your, well, I say quickly, these are long videos, but I can show you how you can fix your outliner and how you can take this block out and export it and put it into Unreal Engine so that it's ready for when you make your details, and you'll be able to really quickly swap out the block-out version for the detailed version once that's finished. Then we're going to start doing some more detailing, and we're going to start, making this house look much nicer. And by the time we finish, we should have a model that looks, pretty nice, pretty close to this. The next videos are gonna be a bit more talking as well. So the Unreal Engine one is gonna be more talking, and the beginning of the detailing one is gonna be more talking. But after that, they're all going to be sped up. So they're all going to be fast videos. They're not going to be like this, where I'm talking a lot. In fact, I might speed up quite a big part of this video. So if you did not know, because I sped up the video, I've been talking for the entire time that I was modeling all of this. But it's very late at night, and a lot of what I said was nonsense. So I'm probably going to just speed up the middle part of this video, and maybe that'll work a bit better. But essentially, this is how you block out a house. This is how you do things very, I say quickly. It's not even been an hour, and we have everything we need to make this house. So it's not so bad. Think about how long you spend in a lesson. You might have like a 3-hour lecture. In 1 hour of that lecture, you can make, maybe I'm a bit faster, so let's say worst case scenario, it takes you 1 lecture and you finished your whole block out for your entire project. That's pretty good. Alright, that's it for now. I'll shut up. Tomorrow morning, when I'm less, when I have more awakeness and energy, I'm gonna go through putting this into Unreal, and I'm gonna go through making some more details.